Scorpio, hello. This is going to be your reading. I've decided to do Scorpio now because I really feel like doing Scorpio right now, you know? It's just like, yeah, I'm feeling into it. So, basically, I'm going to set it out like we'll do the start, the middle, and the end of the year, and we'll explore money and love, pretty much. So I'm just gonna make it a very free-flowing channeled reading, see what your 2020 has going on for you, basically. Alright, Scorpio 2020, let's get into it. I'm gonna try and... Alright. Oops. Also, I'm sorry, this microphone is just... Alright. We have the Three of Cups, the Four of Swords, Temperance, the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. Cool. It's a very good start to your year, Scorpio. I see you really working incredibly hard with this Page and this Knight of Pentacles. I think most of your time is going to be spent working on your business or working in your job, in your career in some way. I think I'm picking up 2020 is a big career year for you, big money year for you. A lot of rewards for that hard work coming in for you. Now, there's also a message that at the start of the year, it may be necessary that you take a little bit more time away from friends, from social situations, kind of spending more time to make sure that your batteries are charged, you know, symbolically. And spending time with yourself, really getting into a bit more of like a daily routine with your work and kind of bringing some order to chaos is what I'm hearing. And Spirit's really emphasizing for you that one way that you're going to be doing that is to, pull away a little bit from social events, social circles, and just really keep your focus strong. Because I think there's going to be this, it's almost like this enticement energy, start of 2020, where like your friends, you know, your friendship group really wants you to come party all the time, and yet, you know, you've got this really important goal, you've got this really important plan, and you're actually working hard on prioritizing that. And you're really investing in your long-term future. And I think, you know, this may put some strain on relationships, but I think people are honestly going to respect you because, Scorpio, you do things with a lot of integrity. And I think you're really going to be able to communicate this to people in your life. So, it's just something to be aware of, Spirit saying, if, you know, you get to the start of the year and you feel that, you feel that need to kind of pull away. It's temporary, you know. Different things need to be prioritized at different times in our life and at different stages of growth and learning. So with these two cards as well, it's very nice. So we have the Two of Wands and Temperance. So the Two of Wands talks about when we look into our future and we plan, we consider, and we basically follow through, you know. We're making plans that we intend to follow through with. So Temperance is counseling that, you know, your future plans, have patience, have perseverance in seeing them coming to life, you know, because it's very easy to have really, really big ambition, which I'm seeing you do, Scorpio, which is awesome, and yet have that real frustration and urgency that we can't see it straight away. So, Spirit's also saying like your future is very, very bright. It's very bright with this Temperance card. I see you aligning as well your kind of like your identity with your work, but in a really healthy way, Scorpio. Like, I think you're going to get a lot of self-worth through your work, through money in the start of 2020 and in general, because this is all long-term themes I'm seeing for you, especially with this Temperance and this Two of Wands with your future planning. And I just see you really following that spiritual path, following that path to your joy, and really being aware of that, recognizing that as you're following that path, being aware, oh my gosh, like, this is basically my highest timeline, you know? This is my best work. This is really me meeting my potential is what I'm seeing for you, and what you're really going to be getting a lot of value, meaning, and purpose from, pretty much. Yeah. So I'm going to do an oracle card for the start of 2020. Endings and beginnings, Kali, goddess Kali. The old must be released so that the new can enter. That's really interesting. It's interesting because this is akin to the death card in the tarot, and the death card in the tarot is basically Scorpio. Literally, it is Scorpio. Scorpio energy, just like Temperance is Sagittarius energy, by the way. If you know any Sagittarians in your life, it might be pertinent. But yeah, endings and beginnings. I really see this ending for you being around your social life. And not that it's ending, totally not that it's ending, just that there's this ending from almost like you leaving a period of your life where you've been, you know, you've been a partier, or you've been the social butterfly, and, you know, maybe work hasn't really been a priority for you because you haven't been doing anything that you found passion from, you know? And now this is the switch that's happening, like this new that's entering is this opportunities and this ability to really make money and find meaning and purpose and value from your work life. So I just see, yeah, this card really makes sense to me to what I was explaining around you might be pulling away from friends, and yet what's coming forward then in that space that's created is your work and is this opportunities for, honestly, for you to really reach the heights of success. I see you becoming very ambitious start of 2020. And yeah, some endings maybe in the way you party, or in, like, there's a maturation happening. Like, no matter what age you are, I see you entering a new level of maturity and dealing with things in a more mature way. Allowing yourself the new beginning in terms of, like, how am I going to show up for myself as an adult? You know, I think you're really identifying more with being an adult in 2020. And I think, you know, you're ending a period of your life. Not saying this won't come round again in the cycles, but you're ending a period of your life where maybe your priority has been friends and socializing and partying, you know? Yeah. All right, let's go to the middle. I'm gonna try and move that chair. Okay, middle of 2020. The Ten of Swords, the King of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, the Ten of Wands, and the King of Cups. This is very interesting because we have two kings and then we have two tens. And this Five of Cups is around childhood and, like, kind of like like needing to reflect on childhood and almost heal some stuff. Yeah. Wow. All right. So I'm getting the message from Spirit that by middle of the year, it's not so much like an unexpected thing happening. It's more like, you know how I said you were kind of creating space with this endings and beginnings and entering more into identifying with adulthood or identifying with your work and your career identity. and moving away from your party life. I think that because you've made space from that party life or whatever you were doing to kind of distract yourself through maybe just hanging out with friends all the time, never having any alone time, that kind of thing. You've simply made space for some feelings to come through that really need to by middle of the year. And it's not that, like, honestly, you're feeling almost fulfilled by this process, though, as painful as it might be at times, because I think it's almost a relief I'm feeling into the energy for you. It's like you didn't realize that you were creating this space for this healing to happen, and yet you are, and you have, and you are healing. You're letting yourself review aspects of your life and aspects of your childhood that you never let yourself look at before, or you never let yourself actually feel into the emotion of it before. You're finally deciding, well, I don't think you're deciding, I think it's more like, I always say shadow work finds us. We can like set a beautiful plan and say, yeah, look, I'll do this shadow work by July of 2020. It's like, no, shadow work finds us. We don't often get a choice about it, really. Of course, we get a choice about how we show up for when this heavy energies come into our life. We have a choice around how we show up for that or for ourselves. But yeah, I'm always wary when people talk about, oh, I'm a shadow worker or something like that. I won't go into that, but anyway. But you're in your power, Scorpio. You're feeling through some childhood stuff, and it's around grief. It's around grief from your childhood loss. It's around feeling overlooked as a child for certain emotions that you had. It's like your emotional landscape was simply like dismissed a lot of the time. I'm getting a very strong message that your primary caregiver did not understand how deeply you feel. They simply just didn't understand the depth that you feel emotions, Scorpio. And because of that, I think you internalized a lot of ideas about yourself that simply aren't true. Ideas around, that you're too much, that your feelings are too much, that no one can ever handle you, that kind of stuff. So you pulled away emotionally in relationships. And actually that caused you more pain. So now you're really examining that. You're examining like your childhood from the lens of an adult, and it's almost like you weren't allowing yourself to see through your adult eyes. You were still identified with that child for a very, very long time until recently, until this shift's happening for you. And it's very much facilitated by Spirit. She really wants you to know that this is your healing, and when this stuff comes up, it's not that you've done anything wrong or you've made a wrong decision. It's honestly like it's just simply the right time for this stuff to come through. And that's what I mean when I talk about shadow work finds us. It does. It really does. So there's also, like I said, you will really be standing strong in your power though, middle of the year. It's going to be like emotional and intellectual power. Like you're going to feel very much, you're not going to be spilling over everywhere in terms of your emotions. You're going to feel quite contained and quite almost fulfilled by the process of feeling things after a period of maybe not feeling very much or avoiding feeling. And as well, you're going to feel really able to express yourself vocally, like through how you talk about feelings and how you talk about your past. And that's a real shift for you, Scorpio. There's also a message that you'll need to be making some decisions around what your priorities are. And this is going to more, again, find you because you're going to be feeling quite overwhelmed by the amount of responsibilities that you have taken on mid-year. And this might just be the same amount of responsibilities that you had at the start of the year. However, by middle of the year, things are starting to get a bit overwhelming. So some decisions you're going to be making around, yes, this is my priority, or no, this is not my priority. Do you know what I mean? Like, things are going to become clear about what is truly a priority in your life and what is just like extra that you're still engaging with, but you don't really want to be, you know, it's not really for you, you know. All of that is going to go. You're just going to be engaging with things because they're for you, and you're going to feel really aligned with that. Yeah, and you're going to be feeling like really able to stand up for yourself, to be assertive, to put up boundaries with people. Yeah, I see you really putting yourself first, Scorpio, and just like really finding a lot of emotional harmony within yourself through having a relationship with yourself, you know? It's really nice. All right, now we need one of these. Guardian. You and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. Yeah, and I think this is, I mean, whatever resonates with you when you hear those words, to me, I just got a message from Spirit saying, like, yes, we are really, really helping you around this time of year. Like, your spirit guides are really with you because you are in the process of a transformation, basically. And Spirit saying, like, there's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be afraid of. You are safe. Okay. End of the year. Ace of Swords, Seven of Cups, the Empress. Oh, Death. The Sun and the Six of Wands. Wow, that's really, really amazing. Where do I even begin? I really love this pairing with Death and the Empress because the Empress is like Venus, but it's Earth Venus, so it's Taurus, and Death is Scorpio. So this instantly could be, you know, a Scorpio-Taurus couple that resonates with you. But I'm almost reading this as like, because Taurus and Scorpio are sister signs, yeah? So they're on the same axis. So even though Scorpio is fixed water and Taurus is fixed earth, they're sister signs. So I really see you, this transformation is ending, because death is also is symbolic of transformation. So I see that this transformation you've been undergoing in 2020 is really at completion by the end of the year, and that you're really in balance and in harmony with Scorpio and Taurus energies, which Scorpio is around, yeah, like being okay with transformation, being okay with things being dark for a while, in order for the light to come back in, you know. It's okay with that ebb and flow of things, and even like engaging courageously with that process of transformation, of death, decay, and rebirth. So Taurus, on the other hand, is like the builder, the farmer, you know, being like sort of like and enjoying really the earthly pleasures, whereas Scorpio is more of like the occult or the unseen forces, you know. Scorpio is stereotypically like the psychic sign, all these sorts of stuff. So it's like I see you balancing that sort of like spiritual or etheric kind of ideas and really grounding them into the earth through your senses, through experiencing pleasure through every sense, you know, that you have. And this really like kind of being your new normal, Scorpio, like you really finding this to be your new normal, this balance, this harmony between earth and ether. It's very desirable, it's very like admirable. Now with this Sun card as well, this could also indicate a Leo in your life, and we have the Six of Wands, which is I see you getting, so the Six of Wands is victory and public recognition. So I see you getting victory for, through your sense of purpose in the world. Like you finally feel victorious in your work, in your position in society, in your identity, in how you make meaning, in your meaning making. Like you're just feeling fulfilled, victorious, and actually being recognized in possibly an incredibly public way, like possibly success on the public sort of stage, in the public arena by end of year. I also see with these two cards, the Seven of Cups and the Ace of Swords, that you're going to be able to, through new ways of, you're finding your voice. Basically, with this Ace of Swords, you're really finding your voice and letting go of silencing yourself, Scorpio. You're not going to silence yourself anymore, and you're actually going to speak up a lot more by end of 2020 and really speak, really owning the power that your voice carries, because Scorpio, you're a very truthful sign and your voice carries a lot of power. And I see you speaking into the world, and through you finding your voice, all of these illusions in your life dissolving. Anything that was not true, that was not truly like real, that was an illusion, that wasn't, you weren't seeing it clearly, gone, dissolved. Because the vibration that your voice is carrying end of 2020, like it's literally a bullshit like dissolver. Like it can't, it's really, really, really powerful, and all illusions will be dissolved. Yeah. And yeah, I think this is really important, you finding your voice and owning it really with power. Yeah, and you're going to also just feel a lot of happiness with this Sun card, And yeah, again, like really speaking your truth in the world, really speaking your truth, and visually like seeing and recognizing what impact that actually has on the world, which is a huge impact. I see you just, following your joy with this Sun card, and incorporating playfulness into how you seek pleasure, and really prioritizing pleasure and playfulness end of 2020. Which is good, because you've worked really hard all year. Okay, these two wanted to come out. Oh, we got true love. The romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. Oh my gosh, I was like gonna ask about love, but there you go. End of 2020, and then we got golden opportunity. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. So this could obviously be a golden opportunity in love, but it could even just be separate. Like for those of you in a stable relationship, I think this is just spirit saying like, look, you're gonna be like, this is your person kind of thing. For those of you who are single, end of 2020, you'll meet your true love, you'll meet the one. And it will be a golden opportunity in which you need to walk through. For others of you, like your love situation is separate to this opportunity, and the opportunity is in regards to some kind of success with employment. I'm hearing success with employment. So yeah, great things coming to you, Scorpio. All right, that's the end of your 2020 reading. I really hope that, it helped you today in some way.